Here's the latest from Ira Winderman in the Sun Sentinel. While not necessarily the preferred option, should the Miami Heat lose Max Strus and Gabe Vincent after Friday's 6 p.m. start to NBA free agency, it is possible for those losses to come as part of sign-and-trade transactions. The benefit there would be to create trade exceptions that could be utilized down the road, possibly to augment the roster after a potential trade for a top-tier addition such as Damian Lillard. The downside is that because Strus and Vincent would be receiving significant raises from last season's minimum salaries, the trade exceptions would be equal only to 1/2 of the 2023-24 salaries that Strus and Vincent would receive from the other teams. Trade exceptions can be used to deal for players under contracts elsewhere. They cannot be aggregated and cannot be utilized to sign free agents. Based on the Heat's standing with the salary cap and luxury tax, such exceptions likely would not be utilized in the short term, but would remain in place for a calendar year. The Heat also currently holds a $4.7 million trade exception from last season's trade of Dwayne Dedmon to the San Antonio Spurs. That exception expires February 7th. So a lot of machinations. We've said it, a lot of dominoes, and you got to just see how things start to fall at 6 o'clock. But there is the possibility at 6:01 we learn Max Strus is going somewhere else, or Gabe Vincent's going somewhere else, or Kevin Love is going somewhere else, or we could learn a lot of things starting at 6 o'clock, or it could be quiet. I remember that from past free agent frenzies where it's like, nothing really trickling in here. So just remains to be seen. Got to see who pulls the trigger first.
It would be sad to lose in the finals and not do anything because of the fact that every team is, if like a lot of teams say they're one piece away. When you lose in the finals, you're really one piece away and you can't do anything in this time.
It would be sad, I think, to lose in the finals and get worse, which is the potential, because I do feel like you're going to lose Strus and or Gabe Vincent. And so, but also we might learn something great. Listen, Pat Riley has surprised us before. Yeah. So
and
I don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to happen around 6.
And I hope everybody knows we're spoiled down here because the stuff you talk about with the 4.7 middle-level exception after the Dwayne Dedmon trade and how we can add a 0.5% of these. Andy Ellisberg and Pat Riley, they know all this. They're going to figure out all that, and they're going to put the best damn team on the court that is possibly capable of putting on the court. And then if my Carnival Cruise man wants to spend some money, we can go into the luxury tax, baby. Come on, let's go.
Hoch, this does remind me a lot of the 2020 season. You were in the NBA bubble, you made the NBA Finals, and you had just gotten Jimmy Butler, right? Like they were just fresh off of a big-time marquee trade that worked out for them. And that summer, everybody was expecting another whale. How are they going to improve the team? They didn't sign Jay Crowder. He goes elsewhere to go get more money. And the Heat kind of just ran it back. And people were frustrated. But what were they looking at?
Well,
the potential to add the bigger superstar in Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Right. That's the part that you just kind of have to keep in check, which is the Heat's intention is not to get worse for next season. That's not their plan. It's not their intention. But they also, this isn't going to 7-Eleven and you just pick whatever you want. Like there's so many moving parts here, and there's players who are choosing to go here and teams who are choosing to do this and go in that direction. So it's not as simple as, well, the Heat should do something. They may not be able to. And because of the salary cap constraints, they may actually lose players and not be able to replace them with, big names. And it's just the reality of the sport.
The big three ruined us. Oh, we got Wade. Hey, add Bosh and add LeBron, and we'll be very good. Okay, we'll do that and figure it out. That's not how this really works.
Enjoy it when you get it, because we've had Jimmy Butler. Like, we've had acquisitions. Like, think about the New York Knicks. Every time someone becomes available, this person wants to play in New York. And then in the meantime, they get shut out and shut out and shut out. So it's not because a team doesn't want to get better or make a big splash. Sometimes you're just precluded from doing it.
But also keep in mind, would you rather, cheer for the organization that's comfortable right now, if they were in the Heat situation, to go out, make small moves just for the sake of making small moves? Or would you rather cheer for the organization that wants to make the big move, that constantly has their eye set on the big move? And by the way, while for the past couple seasons missing out on the big move, are still competing for titles.
Yep.
They
swing for monster dongs every time,
but somehow continue to field a consistent contender. They missed out on Giannis, right? He returns to Milwaukee in 2021. That's who they waited for. Last year, it was Kevin Durant. It was the KD sweepstakes, and the Heat missed out on that opportunity as well. And this year, it's Dame Lillard, and they're not going to settle for just some other ancillary moves, get under the salary cap, add X player, just to add X player. They're swinging for the fences.
And to that analogy, teams that want to get a single or a double end up being in the playing round every year and get knocked out in the first round. The Atlanta Hawks, Cleveland last year, those single and double teams, those GMs, you always get to the playoffs and get your ass whooped. I love being down here with Pat Riley and Spo and Ellisberg and them boys because, like you said, they are swinging that bat as hard as they can every time they have a chance.
And by the way, even if they lose Max Strus and Gabe Vincent, they're not an 8 seed with Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and Tyler Hero. They're just not. They're a very good team. So, listen, let's not. And I don't know what's happening at 6. I'm not setting anybody up for disappointment because we may learn something great at 6 o'clock or over the weekend.
Just tell me this. I don't want to be a downer. Are there NBA fan bases right now that are waiting for this Gabe Vincent addition to their team at 601?
No, we're going to be disappointed when he leaves. I'm not certain that other NBA franchises are going to be celebrating that addition.
Just wanted to pump the brakes a little bit on this.